Hola. Hello, everybody. I'm Michelle Agosto, and I am one of the founding members of Los Artistas del Barrio, and I am joined with my friend and colleague and brother,
William Rodriguez, one of the co-founders of LADB. Thank you for the toss, Michelle. And welcome to you, the viewer, to our first online art show.
and we're just both so happy to have you here watching, taking your time this evening to see what we've been up to. Usually we have an annual extravaganza that we like to call it. And it really is a time where we have all of our members, all of our artists kind of come together and celebrate the work that they do. And we just have a good time, a big party, and we share our love for of art and the work that we create with all of you. But this year, obviously, that couldn't be done, and we were really sad. We were holding off to the last minute, but it wasn't going to work. And so we decided to try our hand at doing a video that we're going to share with you.
I don't want to spoil what's in store for you, but we have great art to show, poetry, and singing entertainment. So please, stay tuned.
And so with that, we hope that you do enjoy our video. We are planning to find a way to communicate with you throughout the rest of the year through virtual means, and if whenever possible, live means. So keep on the lookout. Make sure you sign up to our email at www.ladbbuffalo.com, and we hope to hear from you really soon. Before we get started, Will, we can't forget who we need to thank. We need to thank our Facebook friends and supporters and our donors, and everyone else who's just been there to help us get where we are 4 years later, entering into our 5th year of Los Artistas. So, on behalf of all the members and our allies, we hope that you enjoy your time with us, right, Will?
Yes, and we can't do this without you, so thank you for your support.
All right, adios, and we'll see you soon.
Claramente, a declaration. To be clear or obvious, we of the people will march forward with a clear sense and with obvious intention in who we are.
We will be seen. We will have known our true will and authentic selves. No deviation, no blockage of words, only cutting air to bind the space of language between us.
Only sight beyond the painful rhetoric, to see past, to introspect, to embrace connection for the sake of better understanding and the will to know others.
We, the artists, will show our work, express ourselves and creativity with precision. We will share ourselves to bring others into our world and have them share in what we feel.
We strive to ask for something undeniably real and true in these ambiguous times, to speak into the world the things that are as clear as they seem to be.
So we ask of you to share with us this moment in art and afford us what we are afford ourselves: a clear look, transparency, no judgment, and an open mind.
We, the people, will live as we are and move forward together in clarity and meaning, being seen for what's ahead.
We will be seen, we will be heard, we will be here as our true selves, uncompromised and with momentum.
We will share with you, us, as artists, as friends, as family. In our collective efforts, we will be clear and know together.
Los Artistas del Barrio will keep its stride and will continue to grow, to be much more than what is expected of us, to go beyond.
Aileen González Martí, San Juan, Puerto Rico. ¿Qué tipo de arte yo hago? Bueno, mayoría es artes visuales. Tengo estudios en alta costura y ahora estoy trabajando con unas muñecas pintadas a mano. Mi trabajo es inspirado en las cosas que me suceden, las cosas que me pasan a mí, pero también las historias de nuestra gente y también es mezclado con la cultura.
My name is Wilbert Ramos. I come from Jauco, Puerto Rico, and I'm a painter. I do painting, photography, a little bit of photography, and I do some music as well. So in my work, I try to express bold colors and try to express the colors where I come from. Puerto Rico is a tropical island, so I try to use those really vibrant colors in my paintings, kind of cartoonish style, and it's just day-to-day events that I try to paint. I get inspired by daily events. Just basically life events. Everything around me inspires me, so I just try to make fun or have fun with everything I do in my paintings. And it's basically that. It's basically expressing life. And then I've done some metal sculpting as well, but majorly my own work is based in painting.
We don't name our earthquakes, do we, friends? We can't give cause or meaning, and I don't understand. See, the storm is so easily made powerful. The symbolic is built into it already. The storm is so open about its open emptiness. What really works about the storm is its radical inevitability. All these years of waiting for it to happen right on time. Before I trail off again, friends, I must tell you that I think that what we do here is important and appreciated, but I feel like we've been here before, and we don't know where to go next. And we can't even imagine what we can't imagine. There's no out there or after or when the moment comes, and I can't see anything without losing my eyes first. And I'll never truly know water, will I? Like I stand at the coast, sand at my feet, look out far and see nothing. And I like to hope that somewhere out there is a safe home with healthy people, but I know what's out there is a blank space in the middle of the ocean. And any moment now, all of it will be replaced with white smoke to erase it completely. And deep down, I feel the least Puerto Rican I have ever felt. And I know it's now to be truly American, and all the terrible ways that that is untrue. And I can't even imagine what I can't imagine. And what I mean is, there's not even nothing out there. And what I mean is, at my feet is not the ocean, but Lake Erie or the Hudson or some other dumb name. And out there is probably Canada or something. And to be honest, I don't even think I could get to the coast from here if I wanted to. The white smoke rises past the buildings only after I've already turned away. And I feel like I've been here before. And I don't know where to go next, and I hate it. And I wish there was a name for this exact feeling. But friends, this is exactly what I've been trying to tell you. You see, I think the names have went the way of the blank spot in the water, been taken from us by distance and unclear paths. It's what this country has done to people, to everyone really. And now I can't even give meaning to being on edge all the time. And I wish I could explain this better, but there can be too much loss to talk about. And I think we're just past the point of our names and our values having purpose in the middle of all this empty. And what I mean is, there is no forward, no out there to speak of, only wandering words in an empty white space, which is to say, we don't name our earthquakes, do we, friends? We can't give cause or meaning, and I don't understand. See, the storm is so easily made powerful. The symbolic is built into it already. The storm is so open about its open emptiness. What really works about the storm is its radical inevitability. All these years of waiting for it to happen right on time. Before I trail off again, friends, I must tell you that I think that what we do here is important. My name is Matthew Bosque. I'm a Puerto Rican American from Buffalo, New York. I think my work really is trying to bridge a gap of some kind between the interpersonal and the public, and to really kind of build this connecting bridge between the very vivid, politicized yet very interpersonal and personal experience of, the Puerto Rican subject, me, myself, and the people around me that I care about. In 5 years, I kind of tried to think what we would look like as a group, and the one thing I really hope that we still are is to still be connected and still be a family and still have this very personal closeness to each other, both as artists but also as individuals. And I really hope that in the future we've expanded that sort of family feel and that sort of cultural connectivity to a much larger Buffalo audience, and really have created a platform for people to feel that they can find that somewhere in the city, where right now it isn't as clear where you can find it.
Untitled. I am from San Juan, Puerto Rico, and I'm a painter. My work aims to talk about the nature of Puerto Rico and how beautiful it is and how it has persevered even after so many natural disasters. So I concentrate on the flower, which to me represents the growing of nature again after Hurricane Maria, Irma, or any other hurricane that have happened in the past. So the flower to me, and the coqui, which is the singing of the night in Puerto Rico. What inspires my art, simply enough, is my childhood. My childhood growing up in Puerto Rico and going to the beach and going to El Yunque, playing with my cousins, just being part of Puerto Rico and the culture. And I want my paintings to inspire that feeling in others, to get that feeling of memory of their childhood, wherever it might have been. I started painting at a very young age. My mom fostered my talent when I was around 7 or 8 years old, and I went to art classes, private art classes, and I went to La Liga de Arte in Puerto Rico, and that's how I started my art.
William Rodriguez, from Buffalo, New York. My family's from Maunabo, Puerto Rico. I like to consider myself a illustrator, comic book artist, graphic designer, and just overall creative person. I like to do music, I'm a DJ. Just anything that's creative I like to dabble into, so that's my main thing I like to do. When I do my work, if I'm doing comic books, I like to be as sound as either a penciler, inker, or colorist. I study very hard to make sure technically I'm sound when I do make my artwork, but I also like to express myself in a way that it's exciting when I do illustrations. But I also like to do paintings, which is a little bit more different from my comic book work because I like to be a little bit more expressive, more feelings when I do my paintings. And then the graphic design is more of a technical type of thing that I like to dabble in, but it's all equally exciting to me.
Campo, yo vivo triste, cada día sufriendo más. Ay Dios, ¿qué será de mí? Si no bailo esta bomba me voy a morir. Campo, yo vivo triste, cada día sufriendo más. Ay Dios, ¿qué será de mí? Si no bailo esta bomba me voy a morir. Oye, campito, yo vivo triste, será de mí? Si no bailo esta bomba me voy a morir. Campo, yo vivo triste, cada día sufriendo más. Ay Dios, ¿qué será de mí? Si no bailo esta bomba me voy a morir.
The reason I do what I do is because I feel like there's people out there that they're writing these stories, right? They're sitting in their bedroom and they want to tell someone something intimate about their lives, intimate about what they're feeling at that moment. And I get to express that out loud and transfer their story onto an outer audience. And there's nothing more fulfilling than knowing I'm fulfilling someone's wishes and dreams and bringing it out there to people. And by people watching it, the touch that they feel, it's just, I love it.
Hey everybody, I'm Michelle Agosto. I'm a Boricua all the way, born and raised in Washington Heights, New York City, 181st Street in Washington. My family comes from Puerto Rico. They come from Isabela, Santurce, Arecibo, and Corozal. And my medium is mostly photography, but I do a lot of mixed media work, and it's always about people and emotions. So the work that I do is really about people and about community and being very introspective and finding a voice of that person that I am photographing or working a piece on. So it's always about trying to show that inner voice of a person that I'm a voyeur, kind of secretly looking in and trying to interpret that voice in a way that makes sense to me. So my inspiration is really people, the community that I'm in. I am here to be reflective in the spaces that I sit. And so what inspires me are people, and it makes a lot of sense to me because I'm always inspired by my family, and so that kind of correlation is really important to me. It's being able to take that energy and kind of share it out with the world. My abuela, my mom, my aunts, all the women in my family were very supportive of the strange thing that I love to do, which was drawing and art and all of that good stuff. So I want to be able to offer that to others who may not have that kind of support, and that's why this collective is so important to me. And we did it for a real purpose. There were Latino artists in our community that were rarely recognized, and we have a really high quality level, very professional artists who care about the work, who are at the same level as our peers. And so we decided, we decided to form our own organization to highlight that and to lift ourselves up together, to collaborate together, and to show Western New York and hopefully the world that, we're here to stay, we have things to share, and we want you to see that.
A Bichon lays in the grass. The zip lining of wood-bees usher in and out of summer, where ghosts in the shape of dandelions ride whispers only the dead and a Bichon can hear. When they ask, "Why are you a poet?" One, when the skin a border with graffiti scars and the mind a town which turns into an encampment, your words make pain political, entrenching our scars with soldiers of metaphor. 2 and 3. Agency becomes doubled in consciousness, for whom you learn language that cleaves bodies like a wall upon a land desperate for confession. 4. This career is that of a cock-holded clown who juggles isolation and exposure. You think delusions of jeering yourself will bring self-worth. 5. Your learned language is that of compliment. How each line is a headline of interior sounds. I am nothing without my pain. My pain speaks for me. 6. You cut yourself into form, a scarification that idolizes what your pain can be. For some, a poem. For others, a eulogy. 7. You are at odds with totality. As there is always one more way to write the motor features of pain into being, this is what it means to have a felt experience. 8. When they ask, why are you a poet? You reply, for you.
Yous and we's. Somewhere along the way and amidst the fray, yous and we's all came about the notion of a better day. From how yous and we's choose to see the past, all of us dream of a future that would last. A future that would meet our expectations and cause the elevation of our current situation. Be careful, however, of seeking heaven on earth and forfeiting salvation. Let's make America great again says that greatness existed in the past, towards where you should return, and fast. For some, the present is bleak, because yous see we's who don't look the same, have a different gait and a different speak. You see what yous want to see. That's the wedge between the yous and we's. And some of the yous never saw the we's, preferring to think that only yous played roles, and that we's are only good for occupying welfare's roles. But the we's were actually here from jump and had a very different past. A past where you choose to look askance, instead saying, shut up and dribble. Or better yet, go back to you's past, where we's were told to sing and dance. Even those who recently came are so quick to join yous on your side, as they laugh and deride at how the we's are the cause of our own demise. So easy it is to learn how to despise. Some claim your history as their own, and rejoice in the celebration of the Confederate, and seek to embrace instead of disown that which would make them inveterate. Even science cannot explain what process occurs in the brain that wants unclear thinking to remain. Thoughts whose actions cause pain. You label it fake news when you choose to belittle that which does not mirror your views. But we ask yous, what have you got to lose? If yous open your eyes, the we's have tried to rise to simply earn the same prize. Despite marches, beatings, and death, those who were brought here by theft are told to keep your head to the sky. But how to accomplish this feat when a head is between a knee and the street? All that can be uttered is mama as a cry. For who is perfect among us and can universally judge what another's worth is? Yet the scales won't budge, and use mirth is held as a grudge, expecting the wheeze to be above reproach. Only then will the wheeze be allowed to encroach on ground that's hallowed. Some of what yous hold as hallowed may indeed just be hollow, since it is great for yous and not wheeze. To use, is it such a bitter pill to swallow that we must all in the mire wallow and just let the wheeze be free? Yous have friends of all colors and never did a slave steal. So yous ask, what's the big deal? If the wheeze just had a bit more zeal, it would be revealed that everything is ours for the taking. Either yous are faking or simply mistaking why we's appear behind on the progress making. You say yous believe that what you see as we's reluctance to achieve has nothing to do with centuries of racist strife. If that is the case, are yous then saying it is indeed we's race to blame for our own lot in life? Alas, all hope is not lost, no matter what the cost that we's continually pay, sometimes with we's life. For there's hope for a better day, and what yous will lose is nil if you choose to fulfill the compact of trust that could turn the yous and we's into just us. June 21st, 2020.